Hello everybody, Uniquely Lady Charlotte. It's like 2:16 in the morning and I'm getting ready to leave Amazon to head home. Then I have to get a shower, try to get a few hours sleep, and then do payroll for my job. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I'm not going to do it at the office tomorrow because I'll be by myself. So I've got to get up early in the morning and do payroll at home, which is fine. I got a printer and stuff, so I can still do it at home. But anyway, I had a revelation tonight about Amazon, and I know y'all thinking, "Oh Lord, she took VTO." I did. I did. I took it at 2:01, but I have a very good reason for taking it at 2:01. We were going to be closing down at 3:30 anyway, and they were about done. There was nothing else to do really. So let me explain why I took VTO. Well, I came in tonight and I was thinking, there's no way I can be frustrated at Amazon. Well, not at Amazon, inside of Amazon, because Amazon didn't frustrate me. It's just a process I have to get used to. The process is the one that just, how can I explain it? Make me feel like nails on a chalkboard. When I don't understand the process or the process isn't clear, that's how I feel on the inside. And I have to get out of my feelings about it. Because some people make things harder than it really should be. Okay? So anyway, I was like, you know what? It can't be as bad as it was the first time. You know, I was upset and then I got over it, talked myself through it. But I'm like, there's no way it can be any worse. So number one, leaving the house, I overslept. I come downstairs, Scotty on his back on the couch, mouth wide open, snoring, with the TV on. All right, I'm not blaming it on Scotty that I was almost late, because he's tired too. He worked 2 jobs. He's tired too. Well, same company, he just go 2 different times in the day. But you know, he changed the schedule a little bit so we can accommodate each other on Friday, so I can go to Amazon and he just take the evening shift off and he'll go to work in the morning to finish cleaning up his other building, as long as he does it before Monday. And then he'll come home, and then I'll come back out to Amazon from 3 to 7. All right, so now I'm like, it can't be any worse. It can't be worse than the other last week when I came. All right, so I get out there. Well, let's go back to sleeping again because that's important. So I got my alarm clock set on my phone for 10:45. And I've come to realize I live about 25 minutes away from Amazon by Concord Mills. So, you know, you sleeping and you feeling too comfortable, or you feel like you sleeping too long. It just feels too good to be true. I'm like, but no. Now I got my eyes closed. I'm laying in bed thinking this. I'm like, but no, this sleep just feels good because I'm tired. I'm like, Scotty wouldn't let me oversleep. He wake me up all the time anyway. He wouldn't let me oversleep. And I said my alarm clock set. So I'm good. Eyes still closed. But I'm feeling too rested. I'm feeling too good. Feeling too warm. Just feeling too good. Y'all know, those of y'all that love sleep like I do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You got your favorite position. You done nestled down, snuggled down, the cover just right. Got the fan blowing. I sleep with the fan on. Got the fan blowing. Everything is perfect. I'm playing cruise videos. I watch cruise videos every night. And I said I'm going to up until it's time for me to take this cruise. My daughter does the same thing. We talk about the different videos and what we're learning from the videos. And we compare notes. So that's a little fun thing that we're doing. But then I said, nah, this ain't right. So I open up my eyes, I get up, and I look at my phone. It is 11:10. 11:10 p.m. I gotta be at work at 11:30. I live 25 minutes away from Amazon. You know, you've been so scared that all the taste go out your mouth. Your tongue, your taste buds on your tongue just die. They just go numb. You don't feel nothing, can't taste nothing, can't even taste salt if you try to. It just, and then all the color just drain out of you. I was really tore up about that thing. I'm like, ain't no way in the world. And I don't know how to work that, not the VTO button, but unpaid time off, UTO, and then they got VET. Then y'all know I'm still learning them alphabets. But I'm like, I need some help, Jesus. One part of me said, Kim, don't even worry about it. It's not your real job. So what if you don't go today? Remember, they did tell you that you could just not show up one day and it'd be okay. But the other part of me said, we don't even roll like this. We don't miss work. We don't play with work. And you better save that for some time when you really need it. So I'm like, well, they did say that if I'm a minute late or more than 5 minutes late, they'll take an hour from me. I'm like, you know what? I'm still going to work because I'm a part of a team, and I'll just lose the hour. So I guess I'll be working free for an hour because I don't know how to use that other stuff. So I get in the car. One part of me saying, Kim, you can't make it, girl. Just go back and lay down, go to bed. The other part saying, this, you signed up to be a team, and you are a team player. And remember what I told y'all, whatever you do with your hands, do it to the best of your ability and to the glorification of God. I'm like, I'm going. I'm just going. Now, did I drive the speed limit? I must say I was very creative in my approach. I drove creatively. I will not admit to speeding or anything else like that. I drove creatively, and I kept up with the flow of traffic whenever I caught up with some traffic. Okay? And I'm thinking, don't rush, because you don't want to get into an accident. You'll never get there. But I'm like, Kim, how serious is this? You're trying to get to Amazon. This is your part-time job. There's some other things you could be doing. You don't really need this job. You're just trying to go on this cruise. But, sometimes you'll try to talk yourself out of stuff. And that's what I was trying to do. And I'm like, nope, that's not who I am. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do the best at it. I'm not going to lay down and die. All right. I'm getting through there. I'm like, oh no, I forgot. I got to find a parking space. Now, Amazon is big, so them parking spaces, you don't get there just right, you ain't going to get one. Okay? And then you got to walk from Calcutta to the front of the building. Pulled in, saw a parking space right up front. Premium parking. I'm like, all right. But when I got there, cars are coming out. I'm like, okay, well, I might get me something. Got premium parking right at the front door. I said, now, all I got to do is try to get in this building before 11:05. I'm not 11:05, 11:35, because you get the 5-minute grace period. I get out. I get on in there. I look at the clock. It says 11:35 on the dot. I'm swiping. The thing not working. I'm swiping. I'm like swiping. Finally, it say ding, and the green check mark came up at 3:05. I was in there like swimwear, and I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I'm going to get up a little earlier next time and try to be prepared, but I was so tired, Lord. I was so tired, but I'm going to try to do better. So I ended up not being late. Made it right on time. I'm going to go ahead and get me some of these little greasy chickens at the 7-Eleven and have diarrhea later. Don't eat chicken at the gas station. Except for that one time it was a gastrant. That food was good, but I'm get these little chickens that say 5 for $5. 5 little drumettes. I'm gonna get some of them. So anyway, let me get on into this Amazon. So I'm like, okay, can't be that bad. Can't be that bad. You kind of know what to do. You know how to pull the postal pallets and put them on the floor. You learned that the last time. All right, cool. I can do this. I get in there. I scan my badge. I made it on time. Then you scan this other thing that's like a TV to tell you what section you're going to. All right, it said rapping. Okay, rapping. I remember rapping. I can't rap because they didn't really show us how to rap. She let a few people do it, and maybe I should have jumped in there and tried to do it, but that's the same day my pants was falling down and the whole volleyball incident. I really wasn't trying to rap and go around that little pallet and then lose everything fall down. So I didn't really put my hand on the stick or anything, so I didn't actually get to learn how to rap. But I'm like, okay, I kind of remember some from last week. Get in here and wrap. But how do you, I know you wrap around the bottom of the pallet, and then somehow you got to take the saran wrap and go across, hit a corner and go across and make your spider webs. You make your spider webs across and then go back around again. I'm like, okay, all right, Kim, you can do this. So I see this lady, and I remember you don't really want to bother them because they have a job to do too. But I want to help. I'm a team player. I just show me what I need to do. Gonna take me a few times, and then I can be a valued team member. She was very nice and very patient, and she was like, "You'll get it." She was trying to show me and all that. But my spider web on that pallet was looking a hot mess. I'm like, "Oh, this is terrible. When they take this, all my package is gonna fall out the middle." So then I got to where I said, "Okay, Kim, just take your time. Use all the saran wrap if you need to until you get it yourself." So I did like 2 pallets, and I ain't gonna lie, seriously, I'm being honest with y'all. It took me 20 minutes to wrap 1 pallet. I just kept going around and around in a circle, trying to go over the top, trying to figure that out. And she came over there. She said, "That's fine. That's good. That's fine. You don't need that much." Okay. All right. So I said, okay. So I go to the next pallet. This one took me about 12 to 15 minutes. And she came over there. She's like, "That's fine. You good." Because they were coming, they were wrapping pallets, and then they go on. Wrap pallets and go on. But I'm taking all this time to wrap a pallet. Seriously, I probably did maybe about 10 to 15 revolutions on this pallet. So my stuff was thick. But I still couldn't get it covered over so my lettuce wouldn't fall out the middle. All right. So after all those were wrapped, then it's time for the pallet jack to come. Well, I remember last week the guy said, "Don't do the pallet jack," because I wasn't trained on how to do the pallet jack. And which it was correct. I wasn't. So I remember that. Don't get the pallet jack. She's like, "Now you can get the pallet jack and pull the crates and take them over here and put them by where the other." I said, "They told me don't touch the pallet jack because they haven't taught me how to do the pallet jack." She said, "Really?" I said, "Right, really. I just know how to wrap, and you just taught me how to do that. I still got to perfect that." She said, "Well, okay, well, find somebody in a yellow vest or in a blue vest." I think it says learning. "And they'll show you what to do." She said, "Make them earn their money." I said, "But this is what I noticed about them. Most of them, not all of them. Not all, because I got some good news about a few of them. Not all of them. You can remember how I told you they're like car salesmen. They can see when you're frustrated and all that stuff. They can also put out a bad vibe. Like I can look at them, some of them, and tell you scared to death. You scared to death, and I'm gonna come and ask you something. You can see it in their eyes bulged out, and like, please don't look at me. They don't want to make eye contact with you. Okay, maybe it's me, because it's probably me. Because that guy actually knew my name tonight. Yeah, he actually knew my name. So when I see somebody, I just ask them a question. I'll say, "Excuse me, my name is Kimberly, and I'm new, and I have a question." Then they just... So I'll ask them what I want to ask them. Because I figure I can be a better employee if you allow me to ask my question and you can explain it to me. Well, some people don't know how to explain things to you. Some people are in a position, they happen to be in a position, but they're still trying to learn to do the job. Some people are in a position where they have to deal with staff and people, general public, but they don't have people skills. Because one chick got smart with me tonight. That did not go over well in my head. In physical person, it went over well. I just said, okay. Because I want you to know, why you coming off on me? You don't even know me. Now, if I come back on you, I'm going to be the one that's in trouble, and the Amazon going to kick me out the front door. But, so I found the yellow badge. His name was Joe. I thought it was Joseph. It's not Joseph. Jeff. His name was Jeff. I put my... I picked up my little stuff. Because I was ready to go by this point. Because this is what the lady said to me. So, Jeff, I asked Jeff a question. Jeff stopped, and I said, "Jeff," because the name on his vest. I said, "Jeff, my name is Kimberly Bell, and I'm new, and this is my second time on the evening shift. This is not my regular shift. I said, I need help. I don't know what to do. So he said, okay, let me ask you some questions. I appreciate that from Jeff, because my thing is this: if you're in a leadership role, or you know your craft, or whatever industry you in, if I can't explain myself, or I need help and I can't verbalize to you what I need, you should know what I need, because that's your craft. You should be able to answer my question. This is just to me. If I give you just a fragment of a sentence, you should be able to ask me clarifying questions. Help me help myself. Okay. Because I do it in my job all day. Because I've been in transit over 25 years. I've heard just about every question there is. If they give me a few fragments, I can put together what they need and give them the information that's beneficial to them. Jeff started asking me questions. He said, first, is this your regular shift? I said, no. He said, so are you supposed to be here? I said, yes. I picked up a shift. He said, okay, good. He said, what shift do you normally work? I said, 3 to 7, which is a totally different job. He said, okay. Okay. He said, you sort and scan. I do. I said, yes. He said, okay. He said, and you picked this shift up, why? I said, just because I wanted to. Because it was available. I need the money. I picked it up. He said, okay. Okay. Good. He said, have you been taught the stage? I said, no, and I don't know what that is. He said, that's good too. He said, because I'm going to tell you something. They're not going to teach you to really do anything on this shift, because these people are being trained to work this shift. They're not going to spend time training you on how to do it, because this isn't your regular shift and you're not going to come do this all the time. He said, are you? I said, no, maybe once a week. He said, right. So they're not going to waste their time training you on how to do rapping and how to do, what do they call it? Staging and some other stuff. I said, okay. I said, that's good to know. Now I know that. That's why I can't find anybody. I'm glad I know that now. I said, but is there anything that I can do? He said, yes. He said, you see those black pallets right there? The postal pallets? I said, yes. He said, when they come with the truck with the, what is that thing, the pallet jack? He said, do you know how to work the pallet jack? I said, no. A guy last week told me don't touch the pallet jack because I wasn't trained on pallet jacking. He said, okay, that's fine. He said, but you can't put down the postal skids. I said, yes, I know how to do that. They come get it. They put it up on the pallet jack and they take it off somewhere. And I know they end up over by the tractor trailer doors. He said, right. He said, so you just go put down pallet skids. And if you see something that needs to be wrapped, then you wrap it. But other than that, you got this whole building that where you go replace the pallet skids when they remove the pallet. I said, that I got. That I know how to do. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple of hours. Well, until about 5 minutes to 2. And I've been doing a good job keeping them up, keeping them going. Now I see they got a whole bunch of new people, whole bunch of orange vests on this floor tonight. So they just started. They're in training. They're in training. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's nice. They're gonna be just as lost as I am. Cause after I see, I stopped wearing my vest. Well, after 2 weeks, I can stop wearing it. All right, so I'm like, okay. Now I've done all this side up here, and there was a lot of pallet skids. Now let me go down to lane A, way on the opposite side of the building, just to make sure that all the pallet skids are put down. Make sure all the packages are wrapped. You know, just to check my area. This is a whole big warehouse, and I was the only one doing it. Well, I'm heading down there to check, and this lady meets me halfway, and she says, "Hey, stop putting down pallet skids. They want us to do that." Again, that's where that nails and the chalkboard was going on in my head. And I was analyzing her tone and why you walking up on me. All of that's about to be bad. I'm like, but Kim, remember, this is a warehouse. This is warehousing. Maybe that's how they talk to each other. I've come to realize, too, they automatically think you've worked in a warehouse before. They don't know new people are coming in. All right, well, they don't realize it, some of them. So I just looked at her. I said, okay. I said, no, now. So then she turned to walk away. I said, excuse me. I said, so you don't want me to do that? I said, what is it that you want me to do? Because my thing is, don't come and tell me to stop doing something, but you don't have nothing for me to do. Because I'm not going to walk around there looking crazy, looking a whole kind of crazy. You engaged me, finish engaging with me. She said, well, I guess you could go over there and stage. I said, I don't know how to stage. I was told tonight, not to stage because I haven't been trained to stage. I was told by Jeff to put down these pallet skids. Oh, well, if you don't know how to stage, then I don't know what you're gonna do. I said, okay. Now by this time, in my mind, the door shut. Remember I told you, skirt. I'm like, let me get out of here before I say some things that I don't want to say. I just hate stupidity. I hate stupidity, period. I don't like when people don't try to help you. You know, they don't try. Some people just don't even try to help you. In my case, people call transit. They got the wrong department. I ask them, what are you trying to do? What's going on? Let me see who I can call. Or let me give you some numbers. Or let me give you an email. That type of thing. Even if they call the wrong number and they're looking for a lot of times it's Greyhound. I will get them Greyhound number. I just tap, pull it on the computer, put it up, and then give it to them. I go the extra mile. I know other people don't always do that. But that irks me when you got time to go the extra mile and you just don't. So I said, let me get out of here. Because this is getting worse and worse and worse. So I gather up my things and I'm headed to the front because now I'm getting ready to go find me some type of manager, somebody. Because now I want VTO. I want to go home because now there's nothing for me to do. I've already did the pallet skids. I've already tried to wrap. There's nothing else to wrap. Now they're at the part of staging. They're just doing staging. They're putting the big boxes in place. They're putting things in place so that look exactly like what I'm going to be looking at tomorrow on my regular shift. Okay, so I'm like, oh, that's how this stuff gets out. This is the stage before that to give me the work that I need to do when I come in. All right, it's starting to all come together. So I'm walking toward the time clock to look for management or somebody because I just need to know, can I just clock out and go home, or do I need to let somebody know, or do I use VTO? Can I request VTO? Or can you show me how to use my UPT? Like I said, all the yellow vests, they scared to death. Just about all of them. Scared to death. All right. I'm headed toward the top of the warehouse. This other guy, I should have got his name. Real tall guy. Beard, brown hair, dark brown hair. Real nice guy. He said, can I ask you a question? I'm walking up, because I'm getting ready to walk past him. I said, yes, sir. So he said, so have you been putting out postal skids this whole time? I have. I said I clocked in and it told me to wrap. I said, and I tried my best to wrap, but nobody really showed me how to wrap. Jeff did send me to a lady named Erica who was teaching a new class. And Jeff said that, I'll ask her if you can stay with her to learn how to wrap. And once you get the hang of that, then I want you to put down pallet skids. Now, Jeff was cool. That's the one that knew his craft. He knew the questions I was trying to ask before I asked him and explained to me everything, that I needed to know. Put me on a path to doing something. So this guy, nice guy, he said, so Jeff told you to go put pallet skids down. I said, right, because this is not my regular shift. I work 3 to 7. I picked up a shift. I didn't know what to do. And I'm not trained in staging. I'm not trained in the pallet jack. And so he told me to watch this lady, Erica, to learn how to wrap. Once I do that, then to put down pallet skids. Because I didn't want to get Jeff in trouble. Because Jeff was the only one providing me with direction. And he came back to check on me later. Because I told him I was highly frustrated and ready to go home. And he said, okay, that's when he started asking me clarifying questions. I instantly felt better. All that rage and anxiety inside of me, more rage and anxiety. Because again, I hate stupidity. He just took it all away. All the way. Took his time to explain to me what Amazon was about in that shift and why I was finding it hard. And he also went through the same thing when he started. I didn't ask him when he started, but he explained he went through the same thing. And it is frustrating when they put you in a position, but they don't train you. So I'm like, okay. All right. So, like I said, he came checked him, and I told him, "Thank you so much. I feel so much better." And I was content doing my pallet skids, laying them down and rapping. I was content with that. Between Jeff, Erica, and I didn't get this guy's name, but I guess he was over Jeff, because when I was getting ready to leave, he said, "Did Jeff tell you to?" Okay, yeah, we went over that. So I said, "Yeah," and I told him why. He said, "Okay." I said, "Well," I said, and then he said, "What did the lady say to you?" I said, "Well, she called my name. Well, she not called my name. She called me, and I was going over to her, and she says, stop putting pallet skids down. They want us to do that." I said, "Now, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that." I said, "She could have said it a little nicer than what she did." He said, mm. I said, "Because I'm doing what I'm told to do." So the way she came at me was sideways. I didn't appreciate that. I said, but I asked her, "Well, what do I do now? Because I don't want to walk around the warehouse not doing anything." He said, "I understand." I said, "And so what do I do now?" He's like, "Well, we're just about done." I said, "Okay." I said, "Can I have VTO? Who do I need to talk to get VTO? Because there's nothing else for me to do. I don't know how to do anything else." And so he was like, "I can take care of that for you." So he's like, "Yeah, we don't want you to do any more pallet skids because that's a part of the job, and we got a new class that's here, and there's a lot of them." And there was a lot of them. It looked like it was about 12 to 15 of them. So he said, and that's part of their job on this shift, and we need them to learn how to do what you were doing. So I said, "Okay, I can understand that." I said, "I understand that. See, you just provide me with an explanation. I'm fine. That's anybody really. Just tell me why you're doing what you're doing,